variety of buyers. Growing families, older couples downsizing from larger family homes as their nests emptied, single people who'd used one of the bedrooms for guests and the other for an office, or who might share the home with a roommate. What about the outdoor spaces? A grin played about his lips. It's got a 2-story deck. Nice. The buyers would have 2 levels on which to relax and enjoy themselves outside. Square footage? He looked up, as if performing math in his head. Around 600. Colette looked over from rolling out the scone dough. Did you say 600 square feet? How in the world can 3 bedrooms and 2 baths fit into that small a space? I wondered the same thing. I looked from her to Buck and took a guess. It's a tiny house, right? Not exactly. You'll see. I'll take you there. He continued to grin, but would say no more. While the scones baked, Colette and I hurriedly cleaned up and dressed, curious about this potential new project. Colette packed up a basket of scones for us to eat in the car, and we headed out to my red Honda SUV. Buck slid into the passenger seat, while Colette climbed into the back. I shoved one of the pastry triangles into my mouth and held it between my teeth, speaking around it as I buckled my seatbelt. Where to? I asked my cousin. He directed me to head north on Interstate 65. I started my engine, and off we went. We ate the delicious scones, sipped our coffee, and cruised up the freeway. After about 10 miles, he pointed to the sign for exit 95. Take this exit. I exited and took a right turn onto State Route 386. After another 3 miles, he instructed me to take the exit for Hendersonville. Soon, we rode up on Old Hickory Lake, catching glimpses of the sparkling water through the trees. The lake had been formed decades ago, when dams had been placed along the Cumberland River. I unrolled my window an inch or two. The wind blew in, bringing the smell of lake water with it and opening a floodgate of happy memories. When I was young, my parents often took fancy European trips in the summer. Not the type of thing a young girl would enjoy. They'd leave me in the care of my Aunt Nancy and Uncle Roger, Buck's parents. Uncle Roger would round up some inner tubes for all of us. Aunt Nancy would pack the cooler with orange soda and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and we'd drive down here to Old Hickory Lake. Buck, his brother Owen, and I would spend the day floating and playing around on the water, while Uncle Roger fished and Aunt Nancy lounged in the shade with a romance novel. Those days at the lake were some of the happiest from my childhood. I cast a glance at my cousin. Is the property a lake house? A vacation home would explain the relatively small square footage. Secondary homes were often much smaller than primary homes, especially in areas where people would be spending most of their time outside, such as in the mountains or near a lake. Exactly. His eyes glittered with mischief, telling me there was more to the story, but that he wasn't going to share it yet. I suppose I'll find out soon enough. We passed an old convenience store called the Get and Get. Hand-lettered signs in the windows of the aged building advertised its wares. Bait and tackle, floats, swimsuits, snacks, drinks, beer, souvenirs. Whoever made that last sign could have used some help from a dictionary or spell check, although the misspelling did give the place some folksy charm. Racks in front of the store held fishing rods, foam pool noodles, inflatable toys, and colorful beach towels. A locked freezer for bagged ice stood outside next to the entrance. With summer having yet to arrive, business was slow, and only a single car sat in front of the shop. We continued on for another half-mile before Buck pointed to a sign for a private marina. Pull in there. Colette and I exchanged a glance in the rearview mirror. Buck is up to something. We both knew it. We just didn't know what exactly. My cousin instructed me to pull into a gravel parking area. I parked next to a flashy, bright blue Chevy Camaro. Nice car. We climbed out of my SUV, and I scanned the area, looking for a lakefront home with a for sale sign on it. Though I saw no vacation homes nearby, my eyes spotted a 60-ish black man with graying hair sitting on a portable canvas lawn chair near the edge.